Live on Facebook, live on YouTube, all good. Great Friday morning, folks. Coffee in hand, ready to roll. Man, that's good. So, Friday free-for-all, TG's morning stream. Hope all is well with you guys. Try not to be sad. I know it's Friday, and it's a long weekend, so we don't get to come back to work. Many people don't get to come back to work until Tuesday. And I know that's devastating for a lot of you, as it is for me, having to. But, you don't have to take the whole weekend off. You could work right straight through if you wanted. So that's my little joke for the day. Anyhow, today is Friday free-for-all. So we are just going to hang out here this morning and chat about whatever comes to mind. I put a little tag in there, AMA. If you don't know what AMA means, it means Ask Me Anything. We had a good stream yesterday and had some interesting comments and got some new subscribers. So thank you all for that. I appreciate that very much. And it seems we struck a little chord with our econ discussion yesterday on taxes. So that kind of stuff comes in handy. Maybe that's what y'all like. So I see you guys coming into the comments. Good morning, folks. Betsy and Chuck and the whole crew. Welcome. Good to see you guys here this morning. So if there's any questions you have for me, feel free to type them in the comments. Ask Me Anything Day, Friday free-for-all. And the other thing I was going to say was what is this Memorial Day thing is all about. So I have my commemorative shirt on. I stand for the flag, kneel for the cross. This Memorial Day, Memorial Day has become just a good reason to barbecue and cook out. And the pool opens this weekend and beginning of summer and all that neat stuff. But the reality is that Memorial Day is a day for our troops that gave all, that didn't fought for our country, fought for our freedoms, and paid the ultimate price for that. And for any veterans, Pastor Chuck, I know, thank you for your service, brother. And I know that we have a lot of veterans in our circle, and they just they're some of the most humble and most caring and loving guys and gals, and they'll never take credit. Anytime you try to call one of them a hero, they will immediately come back and say, no, the heroes were the ones who were left behind that didn't make it home alive. And so that's what Memorial Day is really all about. So don't forget that. Remember that these guys paid the ultimate price. Guys and gals paid the ultimate price for the freedoms that we have and that we hold dear here every day. And it's a tough thing it's a tough time for a lot of them as well. I never served, so I can't even begin to imagine. I wouldn't insult anyone by saying that I understand or that I get it, because I don't. I was never in combat, was never there, but I know a lot of these guys, especially the young ones today. I mean, 22 suicides a day from veterans right now. This is a new age. This is something that we haven't had before in this country. I mean, we've been at war for over a decade now, decade and a half, 15 years. We've been fighting, and a lot of these guys are doing, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tours, and they come back different people. They come back different people than they were when they left, and they need all of our support and all of our love and all of our everything we can give them. And still, it's not enough in some cases. As I said, 22 of them a day are committing suicide, and that's a shame, because these are the best among us. These guys and these ladies are the best among us that went over, that served, selflessly served, and went over there. And as I said, I can't even begin to imagine what they went through or what they saw. But you can, I guess, in some cases, get a little taste of it just from watching the news or seeing various reports and watching live stuff as it goes down. But I mean, it's unimaginable what these guys and ladies are going through, and I just I commend them every day, because it's just an unbelievable sacrifice that they've made for us on our behalf, and I wish them all the best, all the luck. And I tell you what, if you are a veteran and you're watching and you're struggling, reach out to somebody. It doesn't have to be me per se. It doesn't have to be anybody in particular, but just reach out and don't think that you're alone. Don't think that the country doesn't care about you. Don't think that we as individuals don't care about you, because it's just simply not the case. I honestly believe one of the companies that I set up is looking at the possibility of really reaching out and working seriously with the veterans community, and helping those guys get back on their feet, and guys and girls get back on their feet and be productive plus members of society, which they already are, whether they believe it or not. They already are, but we need to do more for our vets, for our men and women. So congratulations. Thank you again, everybody, for your service. And anyway, like I said, kind of Friday free for all. I don't know what's on my mind this morning. Obviously, the big news yesterday was the big political news anyway. Yesterday was the canceling of the summit by Trump. Don't you? Again, I don't care what you think about Donald Trump, but as a person or as an individual, but don't you like having a leader that is not afraid to just? I mean, this is just classic negotiating. I heard a commentator yesterday said, well, I think Nancy Pelosi or somebody, said, well, international diplomacy is not the art of the deal. It's not like the art of the deal. I was like, well, yeah, it kind of is. It's just that you guys who have been doing it for so long have made it into something that it's not, because negotiating is negotiating. I negotiate with people every day, whether it's for office space here on the rent, or to buy a mobile home, or to buy an asset or some sort of something that I want, or whether it's, buying big ticket items or getting your kids to go to bed on time. You're negotiating all the time. And I tell you what, a great book, if you want a great book on this topic, and it will take you miles in your skills, is Chris Voss, Never Split the Difference. Great book. Chris was an FBI, who was the lead FBI hostage negotiator, and the book goes through. It starts out with a story of a real story that happened, and you'll remember when you read it, you'll remember I remember where that was happening. A real hostage negotiation situation that he was involved in, and it goes through the whole situation and how it ended up, how it got resolved, good or bad. There's some bad ones as well through our history. But his decades of experience in that has led him to start the Black Swan Group, which is Black Swan moments are moments in negotiating where you get a piece of information that can dramatically shift the balance of power in the negotiations. And these Black Swan events or Black Swan moments are what was something that he is. I don't think he coined it. No, he didn't coin it. He talks about it in the book. He didn't coin the phrase, but Black Swan moments are so influential in negotiating, and he actually named his company Black Swan Group after that. They're so important. So, but it really is. I mean, international diplomacy is nothing more than negotiating. From international diplomacy on one end to getting your kids to go to bed on time or eat their vegetables on the other end. It's all negotiating, and it will pay you dividends 1,000-fold if you just take some time and study a little bit and practice a little bit. And whether it's great. He talks about, he's got some examples in the book about Chris Voss does about buying a car and how great that was. He's got examples in there about there was one other one I was going to mention, but it just slipped out of my head. But he's got some great stuff in there, great real world example. Oh, getting a raise, how to go about getting a raise. Or one of his students was got a new lease, and the landlord was going to raise his rent by I forget what the exact number was, X number of dollars, and he, as opposed to getting a rental increase, ended up getting a rental a little bit better deal on the rent for his apartment. So it's just real neat stuff, and it goes, like I said, he starts out every chapter with a real world example of negotiation, of FBI hostage negotiating, and then goes through that whole thing, and then kind of picks it apart and gives you the tips and the skills. So maybe I'll toss a link in the description here. I didn't think about that until just now. But maybe I'll toss a link in here for Chris's book, because it is really a good book. I've got it I got the audiobook version of it, and it's great if you want to learn some stuff about negotiating. And that's all this international diplomacy stuff is. And Trump jumped out in front, and the North Koreans have a habit, have a long history of just jerking us around on this stuff. It's like, I didn't realize this, but I heard that I think it was Pompeo and our team went over to South Korea and waited for 3 days for the North Korean team to show up, and they just never showed up. So that's the kind of people that we're dealing with over there, and so Trump just said, you know what, forget it. And now they're all like, well, wait a minute. We're more than willing. You're canceling the negotiations, canceling the summit. Now we were more than willing. We don't want to cancel. It's like, yeah, sure. And now now you hear everybody screaming about how international diplomacy is not the art of the deal. Well, yeah, it is the art of the deal. And like him or hate him, Trump is a master at the deal, and that's all he's doing. He's bringing, and again, isn't it refreshing to have just somebody bringing some common sense to the swamp? That's the way I see it. Just bringing common sense, bringing what works out here in the real world, in the business world, what works out here, bringing that to Washington D.C. and using it as a result to just get some stuff done and get some stuff moving and get the economy moving and all. So, well, I guess that's about it for the morning. I've rambled for a few minutes and given you guys some excellent content, some excellent ideas. Again, if you're on the YouTube side, subscribe, give me a like, and hit the alarm bell, so the little notification bell, so you'll always get notified when I go live. And if you are on the Facebook side, give me the hearts and share the video with your crew. Your Facebook group, and hopefully we'll pick up some more new subscribers. I want everybody to have a fantastic weekend. Again, don't be sad because it's Friday and it's a weekend and it's a long weekend and we don't get to go back to work until Tuesday in many cases. But you can do stuff around the house. You can do chores. You can do whatever you want because you're in control of your life. And when it comes right down to it, it doesn't really matter whether you think you can or you think you can't. You're right. So have a great day, guys. I look forward to seeing you. Oh, Dave joins us late, but just wrapping everything up. I will see you in a little bit, probably, brother. So got you blocked off for today, some time today. So come on over. Let's get busy. You guys have a great day. And I will say it again one last time before I head out this morning. Remember, doesn't matter whether you think you can or you think you can't. You're right. Have a great day, guys. God bless. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Thank you, veterans, for your service. Amen.